Looking more attractive, no matter who you are, does not take a ton of effort. There are simple things that you could implement today to instantly make you look more attractive. Hey friends, it's Angela. Welcome to today's video where we are breaking down 20 quick and easy changes that you can literally take and apply today to send you on your way to helping you feel more confident in the way you look and in the way you feel. So we're going to do a countdown of these 20. And while we're working our way down the line, I'm breaking these down into categories as we're working our way to the very top things I feel that are going to make the biggest change. So let's start off with our first category, which is hair. And coming in at number 20 is finding the right color and cut for you. Now this is a pretty big deal because you all know when we're having a bad hair day or you get a bad haircut or color, that just makes a huge difference in how you feel about yourself every day. You get up looking at your hair going, oh, I don't like it. How did I end up with this cut or color? Color is a little bit easier to change, but if you go too short with the cut, you're gonna be that way for a while, and feeling that way is just no good. So what the heck can we do about it? First of all, if you're loving your cut and color, you don't need to change this one. Stay with what works for you. Stay with what makes you feel great. But if you've been thinking, I don't know, I've had this hairstyle for years, I'm just kind of sick of it, or I just need a change. Here are some suggestions that may help you in figuring out what style and what color to go with. Number one is there's a lot of different apps and websites out there where you can use your own picture and try out different hairstyles on yourself in even colors. Something like that, whether you need to pay for it or whether it's free, may really help you in just kind of seeing what does that look like on me before you rush out and chop off your hair and then regret it. I found several apps that I was kind of playing around with, and here's what I came up with. Yeah, you know what? You're gonna find what really looks bad on you, and you're gonna find what looks good on you as well. Out of the years I've been on this planet, I've had lots of different hairstyles and even colors. And I'm saying for myself right now, this style and color for me makes me feel the best that I've felt in years. So for me, I'm not changing it, especially when I got these choices I'm looking at. Another idea on how to find this hairstyle and color: look through pictures of yourself over the years. Was there a haircut style or a color that you had a long time ago that maybe you've kind of forgotten about, that you're like, you know, I really did like that at the time. That really looked good on me. I got a lot of compliments. So maybe looking through pictures to find out what worked for you in the past and kind of refreshing your memory of that may give you a good indication of what to change your hairstyle to. Number 19 is finding key products for you that help to reduce the frizz in hair. For me, this took a long time to find products that actually worked on my hair that managed it really well for me. I know sometimes this can be frustrating to try different products and spend money and sometimes find that it was just a big waste on your hair, but this is such an important key to making your hair look smoother, whether you curl it or not. It's just one of those things that once you find the magic products for your hair, it can make such a difference. Number 18 also goes with hair, and it is finding the right styling tool that makes your hair look the best. Now for me, for a long time, I've been straightening my hair, and the tool I have found that works for me is the Revlon one-step volumizer. Okay, so after I get out of the shower and I put those products in my hair that help with the frizz, I blow dry my hair a little bit to kind of get all that wetness out, and then I go in to style it with the volumizer. It makes a huge difference in the way my hair looks. If I didn't have that tool, I'd look like a hot mess most days. So I am so thankful that I found that tool and that it works really well on my hair. So the same for you. Take a little time to find that product that really makes your hair look the best it can look. Now we're switching gears and going into the category of makeup. That's another important one, isn't it? So number 17, as we are getting older, at least for me, I have found that when I use a powder, that makes my lines stand out so much more. It's like it just sinks in these craters and it's like, look, here's my lines. So I have learned to get away from powders and move into using a liquid. I have a BB cream that I use, I've talked about on my channel a million times, and I hate that they discontinued it. It's going away. I got like 2 bottles left before I need to find something else, and I'm panicking. I'm sure I'll find something, but my point is I love it because it does not make my fine lines stand out. It gives me a healthy glow and it moisturizes it. As we're maturing, it might be time to find something that's going to moisturize your skin and give it that glow rather than make it look more dry. And using a liquid may do that for you. Now, if you're using a powder and it works for your skin, I don't know everybody's skin type, so I can't use this and say this for everybody across the board. You have to do what works for you. But this is my experience that I've been finding out as I get older. Now, number 16 kind of goes along with the same thing. But I have found that using a blush period gives you more of that youthful glow just by using a little bit of blush. And for me, I use a liquid blush. And that has worked wonders for me for the same reason that it's not a powder and it's not setting into my lines. Now we're moving into the category of skin. And the first thing we're gonna start out with is number 15, which is using some kind of self-tanner. In my opinion, having just a little bit of a tan does make you look more youthful, more attractive, your skin glows a little bit more. Using a self-tanner can work to give you that little bit of a color without going into the sun. Now there's a lot of them out there and I've tried a lot over the years. It is hard to find one that doesn't streak, that doesn't smell, and that doesn't look patchy as it's wearing off. So do I have the greatest product to recommend to you for that? Not really. Here's the thing. If you found one that doesn't look streaky, that doesn't smell weird, and doesn't make your skin look patchy as it's fading, please put it down in the comment section. But anyway, bottom line, having a little bit of color does make you look more youthful and more attractive. Number 14. This one is something that's very personal to me. Over time, I had noticed on my hands and on my face, I was starting to get some brown aging spots. They got a little bigger and a little darker. One day I went to my dermatologist and I'm like, I don't know, is there anything I can really do about this? You know, there's tons of products out there that you hear that, oh, use this miracle lotion and it'll take them off, it'll fade them. And I'm like, really? What's a lotion gonna do? Fast forward to my dermatology appointment where I'm asking my doctor about this. And she says, yeah, actually, you can freeze those spots and they'll go away. And I thought, really? So she takes that little liquid nitrogen, just like you have used if you have a wart or something like that. She just takes it with a little Q-tip and dabs it on the brown spot. It kind of scabbed a little bit, but then it completely went away. Think about maybe doing something like that. If you have spots on your face, on your hands, or anywhere else that really bother you, ask your dermatologist if you can do something simple like that, because for me, it totally worked. Number 13 is so simple. We all know about it. It's just needing to be reminded of it. Okay? Drinking more water. How simple. You can't get any more simple than that, right? But have you noticed when you drink more water, the lines in my face kind of plump up more? Okay, so they're less prominent. Water does so many great things for your body, and it does great things for your skin as well. If we just did that, we probably wouldn't need all the lotions and potions for our face if we just took the time to get a little bit more water in our system. You know what else immediately makes you look attractive? A puppy. He just wanted to come and say hi to you, so I figured let's find a way to fit him in, right? Now, come on now. Who wouldn't think you look more attractive carrying this little guy around? Am I right or am I right? The next category we're hitting is teeth. Oh boy, I could go on with this all day long. Some of you probably already know this, but I used to be a hygienist. That's what I went to school for. So this information is coming from years of experience and knowledge I learned going through school. So number 12 is something so simple that you could do to change the appearance of your teeth. And that is using a stain removing toothpaste. There's a lot of different toothpaste out there, whitening and brightening and all the stuff. I have found one that really has worked for me. I'm not saying it's gonna be a miracle worker for everyone. It's by Crest and it's called the Stain Eraser. Here's what it's good for. You drink coffee, wine, anything that you can think of that would stain your teeth. This is a good toothpaste to use to help erase the stain. Now the thing is, number 11 kind of works into this. You do have to use it. You have to brush your teeth, maybe even a little bit more often, especially if you're drinking loads of coffee in the day, red wine, or sauces that stain, mustard, stuff like that. The more that you can brush your teeth, and I don't mean constantly, okay, but let's say you had a pot of coffee. It might be a good idea to go in the bathroom and brush your teeth so that stain does not keep building on the teeth. If you've just had your teeth cleaned at the dentist, that is a perfect time to really start over and really taking care of your teeth and getting that stain off immediately before it has a time to just layer and layer and layer upon itself. And number 10, which works into this as well, I saw this so many times over the years. Patients would come in and it was very noticeable, the difference of how much stain and how much tartar buildup was on their teeth from people who used an electric toothbrush versus a regular manual toothbrush. There is just no way someone could take a manual toothbrush and do the same job that an electric toothbrush will do. The electric toothbrush just rotates a lot quicker. The brushes have timers on them, like for a mental reminder to for how long to be in there brushing your teeth. And the other thing that's really important is that you're not tending to use a lot of pressure on your teeth when you're brushing. That pressure is a lot of times what creates recession of the gums. When you use an electric toothbrush, that light flashes at you every time you're using too much pressure. So it's a warning of lighten up, so that you're not wearing down your gum tissue like when you use a manual toothbrush. So all three of those things work together to help you have a more attractive smile. Next thing you can do to make your teeth look more attractive, so number 9, is wearing a darker lipstick. There is no doubt that when you use a darker lipstick compared to a lighter colored lipstick or nothing at all, your teeth are going to look whiter. The darker color just instantly brightens your teeth up. That's like a little trick that probably a lot of you do know, but some of you may not. Okay, number 8 is in the category of nutrition. Giving your body the proper nutrients that it needs is automatically gonna make everything in your body work better. It's gonna make your hair look better. It's gonna make your skin look better. Your eyes are brighter. You feel better in general. I know for myself, when I am on a binge and I'm eating a bunch of junk, I do not feel good, okay? And my skin looks more dull. My hair just kind of gets a little bit more hay-like, and it's just not good, okay? It's all a bad recipe for not feeling or looking good. So if you're not getting the right nutrients in your diet already, think about taking maybe even a multivitamin. It's a simple solution, especially if you're like, I just don't feel like eating better right now. I just don't want to do it. Number 7 is something that can totally make or break how attractive you look. It is how you smell. Have you ever been out somewhere and you walked past someone who smelled really good? Like, I don't know what it was that they were using, but you're like, ooh, that smelled really good. And you look to turn to see what that person looks like. There's been times in the past that I was living up in Michigan in the wintertime, and the days are gray here and just cold. And you know what I would do? I would take some of that tropical suntan lotion, like Hawaiian Tropics, and I would put little dabs on me. You have a good smell that you're constantly smelling throughout the day. It makes you feel more attractive. It helps your mood, and other people enjoy your good smell. So there's different ways that you could enhance your smell. Maybe you could try a different shower gel. Maybe you can try different hair products that you just enjoy the smell of. Maybe there's a different oil or perfume that you really get into wearing that maybe you've forgotten about. Another thing you could do, how about a different laundry detergent? Who doesn't love clothes that smell fresh? That right there also brightens my mood. So it doesn't always have to be about the perfume. The other thing that can make or break how attractive you feel and are to others is your breath. Yeah, we're going there. Listen, you all know, okay, a situation you can think of where you've been around someone that you're like, oh my word, no, okay? It's just bad. It's bad. Or maybe you've had times where you're like, oh, my breath is bad. So here's some things that you can do to instantly make your breath better. Or maybe you want to pass this information along to somebody you know that you want their breath to be a little bit better. So coming in at number 6 is brushing your tongue. Maybe you've heard about this and maybe you haven't, but in our mouths, our tongues harbor the most bacteria. Our tongues are kind of sticky. So you can be brushing your teeth, you can be flossing your teeth, but if you don't brush your tongue, or use a tongue scraper, you're not getting rid of a lot of that bacteria that's sticking there, that's kind of creating that odor coming from your mouth. Number 5 has to do with flossing. Now, we've all heard we need to floss our teeth, but do you really know the down and dirty reason? If you did, you would probably be way more motivated to actually do it. So here's the simple version. We all have bacteria that live in our mouths, tiny microscopic bacteria. What do you think they live on? The same food that we all eat. What happens is those little tiny food particles can get stuck in between your teeth. I mean, we've seen big particles, okay, that come out when you're flossing or you're using a water pick. So imagine what you can't see. Those bacteria have like a picnic with what's left in between your teeth, and they thrive on that. So what happens when anything in life eats? It's got to come out the other end, right? It's no different for these bacteria. So when they eat, they're also depositing in between your teeth, on your tongue, and in your mouth. It's gross, okay? It's really gross, but it's a fact. So part of the reason we might have breath that doesn't smell so good is if we're not taking the time to get rid of those food particles so that those bacteria don't have things to eat to then come out their other end. So that is why flossing or using a water pick can really help to make your breath better, to just get rid of all that. Get rid of all that junk. Number 4 is, again, increasing your water intake. Have you ever had a situation that you can remember that you worked out a lot, you got really dehydrated, and you notice at that time, if you're not drinking enough water and you're really dehydrated, your breath tends to smell worse. So water intake helps a ton of things, not just your skin and your hair, but it also helps your breath. Moving on to number 3, this is such an easy fix. You could literally implement this in 2 seconds. It is smiling more. Hands down, when I see a person that's smiling, they look way more attractive to me and approachable than someone who has a constant frown or scowl on their face. Am I right? That is such an easy thing to do. And I know sometimes we have a resting face that we just, we don't think about, but it can look like unapproachable. Like you're unapproachable, don't even come near me. Smiling more definitely changes people's mood toward you. It changes your own mood. So as you're going about your day and it pops into your head, just smile more. You will definitely look more attractive. Now, the last category has to do with what you're wearing. So coming in at number 2 is making sure that you are wearing clothes that properly fit you. When we wear clothes that are just overly baggy, it does nothing for our figures. That's not really making us look attractive. And I know the purpose sometimes in our minds might be hide. If I wear things that are overly big, it's gonna hide what I don't like about myself. But the thing is, there's a little big and then there's going way overboard. That's what I'm talking about. Try to stay away from wearing things that are just huge on you. Or by the same token, wearing things that are 2 sizes too small. If we're wearing tops, let's say, that are so tight that you can see every roll on your back, you can see your bra strap clearly through the back of your shirt, you may need to go up a size or 2 just to even things out. So make sure you're not going way too far off the deep end on the too tight or in the too baggy. And the number 1 thing that will make you look more attractive is to up your style game just a little bit. I know for myself, when I was in that stage of having young kids, I just didn't have the time. I didn't take the time to do much with my appearance. It was basically jeans and a t-shirt or sweatshirt every day. That was it. If I could just get up out of bed, shower, and put on those basic things, I called it a day. Now that we're getting older, our kids are grown up. We have more time for us, finally. I encourage you to play a little bit. Play with just adding an accessory or 2 that you may not have added before to your basic pants and shirt, just to elevate your look just a little bit. Now, how do you even get the ideas of what to do, what to add, how to even create different outfits than you're doing right now? Glad you asked. My videos are geared towards helping you find ways to do that. This is my reason for being here, is to help other women feel more confident with how they look, with what they're wearing, with finding their own style as we get older. Start with these videos right here to give you those ideas on even what to change. I'll see you over there.